Chapter 5. Emma woke up in Damien's bed. Not her bed where they'd been spending nights together. His bed in his wing, surrounded by his things, the subtle scent of his cologne, the organized minimalism that screamed control. They'd come home from their date and somehow ended up here, kissing until they were breathless, stopping only because Emma had whispered, "Not yet. Soon but not yet." And Damien had simply held her, said, "Whenever you're ready," and they'd fallen asleep tangled together. Now morning light filtered through his windows and Emma studied him in sleep. The sharp lines of his face softened, dark lashes against his cheeks, the vulnerability he never showed awake. His eyes opened, unfocused but somehow finding her. "You're staring. You can't possibly know that. I can feel it. Your breathing changes when you're watching me." He reached out, his hand finding her face with unerring accuracy. "Good morning, wife." "Good morning, husband." She leaned into his touch. "We fell asleep in your bed." "We did. Regrets?" "No. Just, this is new. Your space, not mine. It's our space. All of it." His thumb stroked her cheek. "Emma, I need to tell you something. About the accident." Her breath caught. In 3 weeks of marriage, he'd never talked about it beyond the basic facts. "Okay." Damien sat up, his hand dropping from her face. 3 years ago, I was driving home from a board meeting. Late, tired, distracted. A truck ran a red light. His voice was carefully controlled. "I survived. My driver didn't." "Damien." "James." His name was James. He had a wife, 2 kids. "He died because I insisted on working late, because I couldn't wait until morning for one more meeting." His jaw tightened. "I walked away with traumatic optic nerve damage." He didn't walk away at all. Emma sat up beside him, taking his hand. "It wasn't your fault." "Wasn't it? I was his employer. I set the schedule. I created the circumstances that—" "A drunk driver created the circumstances. You were a victim too. I lost my sight. He lost his life. Those aren't equivalent." Damien's voice cracked slightly. "I set up a trust for his family. Full college funding for the kids, pension for his wife. But it doesn't bring him back. Nothing brings him back." "Is that why you push people away?" "Guilt. Partially. Also fear." He turned toward her. "Everyone who gets close to me ends up hurt. My parents died when I was young. James died working for me. Vanessa, I drove her away before I could damage her too. And now you're here, and I'm terrified that loving you means you'll be the next person I—" Emma kissed him, stopping the spiral. When she pulled back, she gripped his face firmly. "Listen to me. Bad things happen. Accidents happen. Loss happens. But you can't live your entire life afraid to care about people because you might lose them. You don't understand." "I do. My mom has cancer. Stage 3. The treatments are working now, but there's no guarantee. Every day I'm terrified I'll lose her. But I don't love her less because of that fear. I love her more." Emma's voice softened. "You didn't cause the accident, Damien. You survived it. And James would probably be furious if he knew you were punishing yourself by refusing to live." Damien was quiet for a long moment. Then, "How are you so wise?" "I'm not. I'm terrified too. Of this, of you, of how much I'm starting to need you." She pressed her forehead to his. "But I'm choosing to be brave anyway. And I need you to choose that too." His arms came around her, holding tight. "I don't deserve you. Probably not. But you're stuck with me anyway." He laughed wetly against her hair. "For how long?" "For as long as you want me." "Forever, then." Emma's heart raced. "Damien." "I know. Too soon, too intense, too much." He pulled back enough to find her face. "But that's the truth. I want forever with you, Emma. Real marriage, real life, real everything." "Ask me again in 10.5 months, she whispered. "When the contract is almost up. Ask me then if I want forever." "Will your answer be yes?" She kissed him softly. "Ask me and find out." "You want me to meet your family?" Emma asked over breakfast 3 days later. Damien nodded, looking nervous in a way she'd never seen. "My grandmother is hosting her birthday dinner next week. She specifically requested you be there. And I thought, if you're comfortable, maybe we could visit your family this weekend? I should meet them properly. As your husband, not just the man who bought you. You didn't buy me. You know what I mean." Emma thought about her parents, her brothers, their modest house that would fit in Damien's foyer. "They're going to be intimidated by you." "I'm intimidated by them. They raised you. That's terrifying." She laughed. "Okay, Saturday? Lunch at their place. I'll clear my schedule." Saturday arrived too quickly. Emma was a nervous wreck as they pulled up to her childhood home. A small ranch house with peeling paint and an overgrown garden her father used to maintain before getting sick. "It's not much," Emma said unnecessarily. Damien took her hand. "It's where you grew up. That makes it important." Her mother answered the door, thinner than Emma remembered but with color in her cheeks. "Emma. Oh, sweetheart." She pulled Emma into a crushing hug, then turned to Damien. "And you must be Damien. Come in, come in." Inside, the house smelled like her childhood, her mother's famous lasagna, old books, home. Her father sat in his recliner, looking frail but smiling. Her brothers, Jake and Michael, watched Damien with undisguised suspicion. "Mr. Hart," Damien said, moving toward her father with surprising confidence. "It's an honor to meet you, sir." Her father shook his hand. "Gerald, please. And thank you for everything you've done for our family. Emma's family is my family now." Lunch was simultaneously wonderful and awkward. Her mother asked 1,000 questions about the wedding, the house, their life together. Her brothers grilled Damien about his intentions. And through it all, Damien was patient, honest, and surprisingly charming. "So you really met in a coffee shop?" Jake asked skeptically. "We did," Emma said firmly. The lie was so practiced now it felt true. "I spilled my drink all over his very expensive suit. And I was more interested in her apologies than the dry cleaning," Damien added, his hand finding Emma's under the table. After lunch, Emma's mother pulled her into the kitchen. "He loves you, Mom. I can see it, Emma. The way he listens when you speak, how he reaches for you constantly. That's not an arrangement. That's real." Emma felt tears prick her eyes. "I love him too. I didn't expect to, but I do." Her mother hugged her tight. "Good. You deserve happiness, baby. You've sacrificed so much for us." "I'd do it again in a heartbeat." "I know. But I'm glad you got something beautiful out of it anyway." In the living room, her father was showing Damien photo albums. Emma as a gap-toothed kid, awkward teenager, proud high school graduate. "She was always artistic," Gerald said, pointing to a photo of 10-year-old Emma covered in paint. "Drew on every surface she could find. Drove her mother crazy." "I can imagine," Damien said warmly. "She still does. Our house has her sketches everywhere now." "Our house," her father repeated softly. "You really think of it that way? As both of yours?" "I do." Emma's made it feel like a home instead of just a building. Damien's voice was sincere. "Your daughter is remarkable, sir." I'm lucky she said yes. When it was time to leave, Emma hugged everyone, promising to visit more often. In the car, she turned to Damien. "Thank you." "For what?"
If you're enjoying the story so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep bringing you more amazing love stories. Alright, back to the story.
For being kind to them. For making them feel like this marriage is real. It is real, Emma. You know what I mean. No, I don't. Because from where I'm sitting, there's nothing fake about how I feel about you or how I treat your family. He squeezed her hand. They're my family now too. I meant that. Vivian Blackwell's birthday dinner was the opposite of Emma's family lunch. Formal dining room, catered meal, 20 guests including distant relatives and business associates Emma had never met. She wore a designer dress Damien had insisted on buying, feeling like an imposter among people who'd been born into this wealth. "Relax," Damien murmured as they entered. "You belong here. You're a Blackwell now." Vivian swept toward them immediately. "Damien, Emma, come sit by me." Dinner was a blur of conversations Emma could barely follow, discussions of trust funds and summer homes and people she'd never heard of. But Damien kept his hand on her knee under the table, grounding her. "Emma," Vivian said during dessert, her voice carrying across the table. "Damien tells me you're interested in arts education for underprivileged youth." Emma shot Damien a look. He smiled innocently. "I am," Emma said carefully. "I volunteer at a youth center teaching graphic design basics." "How wonderful. The Blackwell Foundation has been looking for new charitable initiatives. Perhaps you'd consider heading up an arts program? We have the resources to make a real impact." Emma's mouth fell open. That's... "She'd be honored," Damien interjected. "Though Emma will want creative control. She doesn't do well with micromanaging." "Of course. Autonomy is essential for success." Vivian smiled. "We'll discuss details next week. I think this could be the beginning of something meaningful." After dinner, Vivian pulled Emma aside. "Walk with me, dear." They strolled through the gardens, away from the other guests. "I need to tell you something," Vivian said quietly. I know. Emma's stomach dropped. Know what? About the arrangement. The contract. The inheritance requirement. Vivian's eyes were sharp. I'm 86, not senile. I've seen every scheme imaginable in this family. Mrs. Blackwell. Let me finish. I know it started as a business arrangement. But I also know what I see between you and my grandson. That's not fake, Emma. That's real. Emma felt tears threatening. It wasn't supposed to be. The best things never are. Vivian patted her hand. Damien has been alone for so long. Closed off, refusing to let anyone in. Then you appeared and suddenly he's laughing again. Living again. Whatever brought you together, I'm grateful for it. You're not angry? About the deception? Angry? I'm delighted. I don't care how it started. I care that you make him happy and he makes you happy. The rest is details. She smiled. And that arts program? That's real. I've been wanting to do something like that for years. You'll be perfect to lead it. Emma hugged her impulsively. Thank you. For understanding. Thank you for loving my grandson. Even if you're both too stubborn to admit it fully yet. That night, back home, Emma found Damien in the library nursing a scotch. Your grandmother knows, she said. He didn't look surprised. I figured. She's too perceptive. She's not angry. She's happy for us. Of course she is. She loves love. He set down his glass. Emma, come here. She moved to him and he pulled her into his lap, his arms wrapping around her waist. I've been thinking about what you said. About asking you again when the contract is almost up. His hands traced patterns on her back. I don't want to wait 10 months. Damien. Let me finish. I don't want to wait because I already know. I know I want forever with you. I know I want to wake up next to you for the rest of my life. I know I want to build something real, family, home, everything. Emma's heart raced. What are you saying? I'm saying the contract was a starting point, but we've moved past it. We're already living as a real married couple. The only difference is you're still thinking of this as temporary. Because it was supposed to be. Plans change. Feelings change. We've changed. He cupped her face. I'm not asking you to decide tonight. But I need you to start thinking about this as permanent. Because that's how I'm thinking about it. Emma looked at him. This man who'd been a stranger 5 weeks ago and was now the most important person in her world. I'm scared, she whispered. Me too. But I'm more scared of losing you. You won't. I'm not going anywhere. Promise? I promise. She kissed him softly. But Damien? I need time. To be sure this is real, not just proximity or gratitude or... I'll give you all the time you need. Just don't shut me out while you're processing. I won't. She settled against his chest, listening to his heartbeat. Your grandmother offered me a job. Running an arts education program for the Blackwell Foundation. I know. I suggested it. Emma pulled back to look at him. You did. You have a dream. I have resources. Why not make it happen? He smiled. Plus you'll be brilliant at it. Those kids are lucky. You're going to make me cry. Please don't. I'm terrible with crying women. She laughed, snuggling back against him. They sat in comfortable silence, the library quiet around them. Damien? Thank you. For today, for my family, for believing in me. Always, Emma. Always. Over the next 2 weeks, something shifted. They stopped maintaining separate bedrooms entirely. Emma's things migrated to Damien's room, and they fell asleep together every night, wrapped around each other. The touches became more frequent, more intimate. His hands on her waist, her fingers in his hair, stolen kisses that lasted longer each time. The boundaries they'd carefully maintained began to blur. One night, Emma came out of the bathroom in pajamas to find Damien already in bed, shirtless, looking unfairly attractive. You're staring again, he said without opening his eyes. You're half naked. I'm allowed to stare. He smiled. Come to bed, wife. Emma slid in beside him, and immediately his arms came around her, pulling her close. Her head rested on his chest, listening to his heartbeat. Emma? Yeah. I need to tell you something, and I need you to really hear me. Her heart sped up. Okay. I'm in love with you. Not falling, not starting to. I'm completely, irrevocably in love with you. His hand stroked through her hair. And I know you need time to be sure. I know you're scared this isn't real. But I need you to know, for me this is the most real thing I've ever felt. Emma pushed up on her elbow to look at him. His gray eyes were unfocused but somehow still intense, his expression vulnerable and open. I love you too, she whispered. I'm still scared and I still need time to fully trust this. But I love you, Damien. So much it terrifies me. His hand came up to cup her face, his thumb stroking across her cheekbone. Say it again. I love you. Again. I love you, Damien Blackwell. My arrogant, impossible, wonderful husband. He pulled her down into a kiss that was different from all the others, deeper, more certain, like a promise. When they finally broke apart, both breathless, Damien pressed his forehead to hers. I want you, he whispered. All of you. But only when you're ready. Emma's heart raced. Soon. I promise. I just need time. I know. He kissed her forehead. I'll wait as long as you need. They fell asleep tangled together, and Emma thought about how far they'd come from their wedding day, from strangers bound by contract to two people genuinely in love. The scary part was realizing she couldn't imagine her life without him anymore. The beautiful part was realizing she didn't want to. 6 weeks into their marriage, Emma woke up to Damien's lips on her shoulder. Good morning, he murmured against her skin. What time is it? Early. But I have to leave for Tokyo in an hour. Business emergency, the merger talks are falling apart. Emma turned to face him. How long will you be gone? 3 days. Maybe 4. He traced her jawline. I'm going to miss you. I'll miss you too. She kissed him softly. Go save your merger, billionaire. Text me constantly. Tell me about your day, what you're working on, everything. You'll get bored. Impossible. He pulled her close. I love you, Emma Hart Blackwell. Her heart still fluttered every time he said it. I love you too. After he left, Emma felt the house's emptiness. Strange how quickly she'd gotten used to his presence, his voice, his touch, him. She threw herself into work, finalizing plans for the Blackwell Foundation Arts program. Vivian had given her complete creative control, and Emma was designing something she'd only dreamed about, accessible art education for kids who needed it most. That afternoon her phone rang. A known number. Hello? Emma Blackwell? A woman's voice, professional and cold. Yes. This is Catherine Morrison from the law firm of Morrison & Associates. I represent Vanessa Hartley. We need to discuss your fraudulent marriage to Damien Blackwell. Emma's stomach dropped. I don't know what you're... Please don't insult my intelligence. We have documentation that your marriage is a business arrangement designed to fulfill inheritance requirements. That's marriage fraud, Mrs. Blackwell. A federal crime. I want to speak to my lawyer. By all means. But first, you should know. Ms. Hartley is prepared to go public with this information unless you agree to an immediate divorce and a public statement that the marriage was a sham. Why would Vanessa? Ms. Hartley was Mr. Blackwell's partner for 2 years. She has a legitimate grievance regarding his sudden marriage to a woman he barely knew. If you care about Mr. Blackwell's reputation, his company, his family legacy, you'll do the right thing. The call ended. Emma sat frozen, her mind racing. Marriage fraud. Federal crime. Public scandal. Everything Damien had worked for, destroyed because of her. She called his phone. Voicemail, he was mid-flight to Tokyo. Damien, call me when you land. It's important. Her voice cracked. I love you. Please call me. Emma spent the next 4 hours pacing, trying to reach Damien, failing. Finally, an email arrived from Catherine Morrison. Subject, evidence of fraudulent marriage. Attached were documents that made Emma's blood run cold. Photos of the original contract, with signatures and terms clearly visible. Bank records showing the payment to her family's accounts immediately after the wedding. A timeline matching the inheritance deadline to the wedding date. Witness statements from people who'd heard Emma and Damien discuss their arrangement. And worst of all, a recording. Emma clicked play with shaking hands. Her own voice, this is insane. This is literally something out of a historical drama, not real life. Damien's voice, you're not being sold. You have a choice. Her voice, do I? Because from where I'm sitting, my choice is either marry you or watch my family lose everything. That's not exactly a choice. Damien's voice, you're right. It's not a fair choice, but it's the one available. The recording from the hospital room. Someone had recorded their first meeting. Emma felt sick. The email continued. Ms. Blackwell, this evidence will be presented to federal prosecutors unless you agree to the following terms. 1. Immediate divorce from Damien Blackwell. 2. Public statement admitting the marriage was a business arrangement. 3. Return of all monetary benefits received. 4. Agreement not to contest the divorce or seek additional compensation. You have 24 hours to respond. After that, we go public and pursue criminal charges. Regards, Catherine Morrison Yescu. Emma read it 3 times, each time feeling more trapped. If she didn't comply, Damien would face massive scandal. The business would suffer, his family's reputation would be destroyed, and they could both face criminal charges. If she did comply, she'd have to leave him. Publicly humiliate them both. Admit that what they built was based on fraud. Except it wasn't fraud anymore. It had been at the beginning, but now she loved him. Now this was real. But would anyone believe that? Her phone rang. Finally, Damien. Emma, I just landed. What's wrong? Everything spilled out. The lawyer, the recording, the threats, the evidence. Damien was quiet for a long moment. Then, don't do anything. I'm getting on the next flight back. Damien, the merger. Fuck the merger. You're more important. His voice was steel. This is Vanessa being vindictive. We'll fight this. With what? They have everything. The contract, the payments, our own voices admitting it was an arrangement. We'll explain that feelings changed. That it became real. Who's going to believe that? It looks exactly like what it is. A business deal that we're trying to pretend is real to avoid consequences. Emma? Maybe she's right. Maybe I should just... Don't? Damien's voice cracked. Don't even think about leaving. We'll figure this out together. What if there's no way to figure it out? What if the only way to protect you is for me to go? Then we both face the consequences. Together. I'm not letting you sacrifice yourself for me. This is my fault. I agreed to the contract. We both agreed. We're both responsible. And we're both in this together. He took a breath. I love you, Emma. That's real. Our marriage is real now, regardless of how it started. I love you too. That's why I can't let you lose everything because of me. Emma? I need to think. I'll call you back. She hung up before he could argue. Emma showed up at Riley's apartment at midnight, crying. Riley took one look at her and pulled her inside. What happened? Emma told her everything. The lawyer, the threats, the impossible choice. Okay, Riley said when she finished. First, that Vanessa bitch is going to hell. Second, you're not seriously considering divorcing Damien? What choice do I have? Fighting? Telling them to fuck off? Calling their bluff? It's not a bluff, Riley. They have evidence. Real evidence of marriage fraud. Evidence that you got married for legal reasons, sure. But people get married for all kinds of reasons. Visas, insurance, inheritance. That's not automatically fraud. The contract explicitly states it's a business arrangement. That you've clearly moved beyond. I've seen you two together. That's not fake. You're in love. We are. But we can't prove when that happened. It looks like we're just covering our asses. Riley grabbed Emma's shoulders. Listen to me. Damien Blackwell is a billionaire with unlimited resources and the best lawyers money can buy. You really think some vindictive ex-girlfriend's lawyer is going to take him down? She's not trying to take him down. She's trying to take me down. And she can. Only if you let her. Riley's voice softened. What do you want, Emma? Forget the threats and the evidence and all that. What do you actually want? I want Damien. I want our life together. I want to wake up next to him every morning and fall asleep in his arms every night. I want forever. Then fight for it. What if fighting means he loses everything? What if not fighting means you both lose everything that matters? Riley squeezed her shoulders. Talk to him. Really talk to him. Figure out what you're both willing to risk for this. Damien came home 18 hours later, exhausted from 2 flights and 0 sleep. Emma was waiting in the library, the email pulled up on her laptop. You shouldn't have come back, she said. The merger is being handled by my VP. I don't care about the merger. He moved toward her voice and Emma met him halfway. His hands found her face immediately. Are you okay? No. Are you? No. He pulled her against him. We need to talk to my lawyers. Build a defense. Damien, I've been thinking about this all night. There might be another option. His hands tightened on her. If you're about to suggest leaving, the answer is no. Just listen. What if we go public first? Control the narrative. Admit the marriage started as a business arrangement but became real. Show evidence of our actual relationship. The texts, the dates, the time we spend together. That could still result in fraud charges. Maybe. But it's honest. And it's better than letting Vanessa control the story. Damien was quiet for a moment. There's a third option. What? We call her bluff. Marriage for inheritance purposes isn't automatically fraud. It's only fraud if we never intended to actually be married. But we are married. We live together, we've built a life together, we love each other. That's a real marriage. That started with a contract. That we've superseded with actual commitment. Emma, tons of marriages start transactionally. Arranged marriages, marriages for citizenship, marriages for money. What matters is what happens after. And after our wedding we fell in love. That's real. Emma wanted to believe him. What if they don't see it that way? Then we fight. With lawyers, with evidence, with everything we have. He cupped her face. But I'm not giving you up. I'm not letting Vanessa or anyone else destroy what we've built. This could ruin you. Losing you would ruin me. His voice was fierce. Everything else, the company, the money, the reputation, none of it matters without you. Damien. I mean it, Emma. I give up everything for you. The business, the inheritance, all of it. You're what matters. Emma felt tears streaming down her face. I love you so much. Then trust me. Trust us. We'll get through this together. She wanted to. God, she wanted to. But looking at the evidence on her laptop, reading the threats, imagining the scandal. I need time, she whispered, to think about what's best. For both of us. The answer is staying together. That's what's best. You don't know that. Yes, I do. He pressed his forehead to hers. Emma, please. Don't shut me out. Don't make decisions without me. I'm not. I need space. To process this. She felt him tense. Space. Not leaving space. Just thinking space. A day or two to figure out our options. Our options or your options? Don't do that. Don't make this about trust. Isn't it? You're talking about needing space and time, and all I'm hearing is you preparing to leave. Because you're not listening. Emma pulled back. I'm trying to figure out how to protect you. I don't need protection. I need my wife to trust that we can handle this together. I do trust you. I don't trust that love is enough to overcome federal fraud charges and public scandal. The words hung between them, ugly and true. Damien's jaw tightened. I see. Damien. No, you're right. Love isn't enough. It wasn't enough to make you believe we could fight this. It wasn't enough to make you think I'm worth the risk. His voice was cold, distant, the billionaire CEO she'd met in the hospital. Take your space, Emma. Figure out your options. Let me know what you decide. He left the library, and Emma heard his footsteps heading toward the West Wing. Toward his old room, the one he hadn't slept in for weeks. Away from her. She'd done exactly what she'd feared. Hurt him, driven him away, destroyed what they'd built. And the worst part was she didn't know how to fix it. Emma didn't sleep that night. She lay alone in their bed, his bed really since she'd just moved into his space, his life, his world, and stared at the ceiling. In the morning, she found a note on the kitchen counter in Damien's precise handwriting. Had to handle the Tokyo situation remotely. Will be in my office. Take all the time you need. The formality of it broke her heart. Emma spent the day calling lawyers, researching marriage fraud cases, trying to find a precedent where love trumped contractual beginnings. She found none. Every case she read ended the same way: prosecution, scandal, public humiliation. By evening, she'd made her decision. She found Damien in his study on a video call. He saw her enter and quickly ended the meeting. Emma, we need to talk. He gestured to the chair across from his desk. Not beside him, not close, across like a business meeting. Emma's heart sank, but she sat. I've spent the day researching legal precedents. Marriage fraud cases. I talked to 3 different lawyers. She took a breath. They all say the same thing. Given the evidence Vanessa has, we'd likely face charges. Maybe not criminal conviction, but enough to destroy your business reputation. I know. My lawyers said the same thing. So you understand. This isn't just about us. It's about Blackwell Industries, your grandmother's legacy, hundreds of employees whose jobs depend on the company's stability. I understand the stakes, Emma. Then you understand why I have to go. The words fell like stones between them. Damien's face went completely blank. I see. It's the only way to protect. Don't. His voice was sharp. Don't pretend you're doing this for me. If you want to leave, leave. But don't dress it up as sacrifice. That's not fair. Fair? He stood abruptly. You want to talk about fair? I told you I love you. I told you I'd give up everything for you. I asked you to fight for us. And your response is to run. I'm not running. I'm trying to minimize the damage. By abandoning me. Again. His voice cracked. Everyone I love leaves, Emma. My parents died. James died. Vanessa left. And now you're leaving too. It's not the same. Isn't it? You're choosing to go. That's leaving. Emma stood, tears streaming down her face. I'm choosing to protect you. I don't want your protection. I want your faith. I want you to believe that we're strong enough to survive this. Love isn't always enough, Damien. Then what is? He moved around the desk toward her. What's the magic formula? What do I have to do to make you stay? There isn't one. This isn't about what you do. It's about reality. About consequences. Fuck consequences. He was in front of her now, and she could see the pain in his unseeing eyes. I love you. You love me. That should be enough. It's not. And us pretending it is won't change that. Damien reached out, his hands finding her face one last time. Don't go. Please. We'll figure this out. We can't. Emma covered his hands with hers, memorizing the feel of his touch. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She pulled away before she could change her mind, before his touch could weaken her resolve. Emma? I'll move out tonight. The lawyers can handle the divorce proceedings. I'll make a public statement taking full responsibility, say I deceived you. Like hell you will. It's the best way to protect. Stop saying that. His voice was raw with pain. You're not protecting me. You're destroying me. You're destroying us. There is no us. Not anymore. The words tasted like ash. We had 6 weeks, Damien. 6 weeks of pretending this could work. But it was always going to end. It doesn't have to. Yes, it does. Emma backed toward the door. I love you. I'll always love you. But love isn't enough to overcome fraud charges and public scandal and... Then go, Damien said quietly. The fight had drained out of his voice, leaving only defeat. If you've already decided, just go. Damien. Please. I can't, just go. Emma fled before she could see his face crumble, before she could take it all back, before she could make a decision with her heart instead of her head. She packed quickly, shoving clothes into suitcases, leaving behind the designer things, taking only what she'd brought. Mrs. Chin found her in the bedroom. Mrs. Blackwell. I'm leaving. Tell Mr. Blackwell. Her voice broke. Tell him I'm sorry. She was out of the house in 20 minutes, driving her old car away from the mansion, away from Damien, away from the life she'd built and the man she loved. She made it 3 blocks before she had to pull over, crying so hard she couldn't see. Her phone buzzed. A text from Damien. I love you. That won't change no matter what happens. If you change your mind, I'm here. I'll always be here. Emma threw her phone onto the passenger seat and drove to Riley's, her heart shattered, her choice made. And in the mansion behind her, Damien stood alone in their bedroom, holding Emma's pillow, breathing in the fading scent of jasmine, and wondering how love could hurt this much.